Okay, chalo. Let us start. Topic for the day is going to be the same one as the last, that is 8.5 equations of motion by graphical method. But we have already derived equations, so hence we'll be using those equations for solving numericals. So today it is going to be part 2 of 8.5. So 8.5 we already started in the last session. Today we'll be talking part 2 of it. Okay, so these were the three equations of motion for which we have derived formulas last time. So we have derived v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as. And we know each of these values. V is final velocity, initial velocity, a is acceleration, s is displacement, that is position, distance. So that all these things we already know. Today we'll be solving some, we will just go through solved questions of the book, and then we'll go for actual blue questions. So first example which they have given in our textbook is 8.5. In that question they are saying a train starting from rest attains, the train is at rest. So initially they are saying the train is at rest, attains a velocity of 72 kilometer per hour in 5 minutes. So what they are trying to say is that there is a train, it is at rest. Rest means what? Its initial velocity is 0 and final velocity it attained is 72 kilometer per hour. And what is the time? 5 minutes. They are asking us find out acceleration and find out distance. So I have highlighted them for you. They are asking acceleration and distance. So first, for solving any numerical of physics, what we do, first we write down whatever is given to us in the question. So what is given to us in a question, given data, so it is at rest initially, so that means u is equal to 0. V is equal to 72 kilometer per hour, that means final velocity, and t is 5 minutes. So let me write down initial velocity is 0, u is 0. Why? Because the object is at rest. Then final velocity is 72 kilometer per hour, right? 72 kilometer per hour. But you already know that we generally use the values as meter per second. So we have to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. So let us just multiply it with 5 by 18. So 72 into 5 by 18. Okay? Now 18 and 72, those can be divided, okay? And then multiplied with 5. So it will be what? 18, 9 2s are 18, 9 8s are 72. Okay? So that is actually 8 into 5 by 2. So we divided 18 by 9 and 72 by 9. So 9 8s are 72, 9 2s are 18. Now 8 5s is 40. Okay? We can again divide this 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, and 4 5s are then 20. So final velocity would be 2 1s are 2 4s are 4 5s are 20. So we have got final velocity as 20. And what about time? So t is given as 5 minutes. You can see t is 5 minutes, but we have to convert it into seconds. So 5 into 60, that would give us 300 seconds. Now, we are supposed to find out acceleration. This is all just given data. Okay, this is all just given data. We actually need to solve what? This particular acceleration. For acceleration, we need to find out. Now you have three choices. At the bottom, I have written the three equations of motion. You can see v is equal to u plus at and second and third equation. Now you can use any formula from the three. Okay, it is your choice. It is something like it is your choice. You can take any of these three equations to solve these questions. But you have to make sure that whatever formula you are choosing, you should have all the values of that particular formula. Now, for example, you cannot just directly randomly take second one, s is equal to ut plus half at square, because you don't have s right now. For what you need to find out is acceleration. So first case, first formula, that is choice. Second one is also there and third one is also there. But if you go for second and third formula, you can see you have the value of u, t, okay, but you don't have the value of s. And also in the third formula, you have s, for which you don't have value. Hence, we cannot choose second and third formula. So which formula we have to use? First one. Technically, we can use second or third, but problem with second and third is we don't have value of s. So we'll go with first formula. So that would be v is equal to u plus at. Okay, the formula is v is equal to u plus at. Now, we will put the values here. V value is already known to us, that is 20. U value is 0. Initial velocity is 0, that we also know. Acceleration we actually need to find. So we'll keep as it is, a to a. And what is the time? 300. So that I have put. So all the values have been put. Now there is no value for 0. So it will become 20 is equal to 300a. Okay? 20 is equal to 300a. 300 into a. Now I have to shift that 300 to the other side. So it will become 20 by 300. So a is equal to what? 20 by 300. Now I can cancel this 0, 0. So that will become 2 by 30. Now again I can divide this 2 ones are 2 15s are. So that would become 1 by 15. Okay. Now you have to again divide it. Okay. In our textbook it is given as 1 by 15, but you have to divide it more. So it would become 0 point. Okay. So 0 point, it would become 10, then again 0, then it will become 100. Then you have to multiply with 15 table. Okay. So that would become what? 0.06666. So that would be your answer. Acceleration for this particular question is 0.0666. So what we did, we first wrote given data and we just chose v is equal to u plus 80. Why is it necessary to always take v is equal to u plus 80? It is not. You can take any of the formula, but problem is you have to choose a formula in such a way that all the values are known to you. If in the question the value of s was not given, so hence we were not able to take second or third, else we could have taken that also. Hence we have to go with which formula? V is equal to u plus 80. Okay. And what would be the unit of this? This is acceleration, so unit would be meter per second square. So unit would be meter per second square. Simple. Now we already have the acceleration. So we have found acceleration. The second quantity they are asking us to calculate is distance. Okay, distance they are asking. Now for calculating distance, so that means they are asking us s value of s. You can use second formula or third formula for this. Okay. I have written initial data and the a value has been written from our previous part. Okay. We have calculated the value of a 0.066666 meter per second square. So that value I will write. We also received value as 1 by 50. You can see 1 by 15 and 0.066. Okay. Now we can use the formula second or third for finding out distance. So we'll be going with s is equal to question mark. That is what has been asked, distance. So we will be using third formula, v square minus u square is equal to 2s. You can also use second one also. It is up to you. Okay. But in this particular question, what I have done, I have taken third one. You can technically take second also. It is your choice. Now put the values. V value is what? 20. So 20 square minus u value is 0. So that would be 0 square. Then 2 into what is the value of a? So you can take it as 0.06, but problem is what? If you take that value, while multiplying it will become difficult for you. So what I suggest is you take value of 1 by 50. Okay, you take value of 1 by 15 here and into s. Okay, into s. Now, okay, I have missed that 0 here. So that is fine. You can understand. Okay, that's a simple mistake there. But you use the value of 1 by 15 in this calculation. Why? Because multiplying with 0.0666 would give you an inaccurate answer. You can take the fraction, no, because then you can divide it properly. So take value of a as 1 by 15 and not 0.0666 into s. Now what is 20 square? That is 400, and 0 square there is no value. So we'll just put it 20 square is equal to 2 into 1 by 15 into s. I have just removed that 0 because it has no value. Now what is 20 square? That is 400. So 400 is equal to 2 into 1 by 15 into s. Now I need to find out the value of s, right? So what I will do, I will shift that 15, this in the denominator to the numerator side. So it will become 400 into 15 divided by 2. So s value is becoming 400 into 15 divided by 2. I have shifted that 15 and 2. Okay? Now I can divide 400 by 2. 2 ones are, 2 twos are 4, 200. Okay? 2 ones are and 200s are. So that will become s is equals to 200 into 15. Now this is a very simple calculation. 1500, 1500, 15 twos are 30. So that will become 3000. Okay? So s value is coming as 3000 meter. Understood? It's a very simple calculation. All you need to do is select a formula from the three, put the values and do the calculation. That's it. It is not that much hard. Even a student of 7th-6th grader can do it. Okay. Aditya, what you're asking, can we use acceleration formula? This is the acceleration formula what we have used in the first case, v is equal to u plus 80. That is the same one. Urjit, what you are asking, can we directly use the formula of distance? What formula of distance? I'm not understanding. Which formula are you talking about? Speed by time. No, 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 no. For solving all these questions, see, when there is a complicated situation like these, when the body is at rest and then it is traveling at some distance, you have to take these formulas. Okay, so forget every formula what you have learned till now. Focus on only these three formulas because even the prior questions can be solved with this. So for only use these formulas to calculate your answers. Now, we'll be going with the next example, that is 8.6. In this question, they are saying a car accelerates uniformly from 18 km per hour to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. Aditya, what you are writing, acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. That is what we have used, Aditya. Concentrate on the first formula, no? V is equal to U plus AT means what? V minus U. You can shift that U here. It will become V minus U is equal to AT. Then shift that T also. So it will become A is equal to V minus U by T. That is the same formula which we use for acceleration, rate of change of velocity. Okay, so there is no difference in that formula. This is the first same formula what you are talking about. V is equal to U plus AT. Now focus on this. Example is 8.6. They are saying a car accelerates uniformly from 18 to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. So they are saying initially the velocity is 18, then it became 36, and the time required was 5 seconds. They are asking us to calculate acceleration and calculate distance. So first we will write down U. What is the value of U here? 18 km per hour. But you always know we have to convert this into meter per second. So multiply with 5 by 18. So we have multiplied with 5 by 18. But 18 and 18 will get cancelled. So what will remain? 5. Okay? So what is remaining is 5 meter per second. What about 36? 36 again, this is the final velocity, 36. So V is 36 km per hour. Again multiplied with 5 by 18. 18 ones are 18 twos are 36. So 2 5s are 10. So final velocity would be 10 meter per second. So we have initial, we have final. What about the time? Time is given as 5 seconds. So that I will also write. Now we need to calculate acceleration. We need to calculate acceleration. Now you can use any of the three formulas, but problem with second and third is you require S value also, which we don't have. So again, we have to go with which formula? First one, V is equal to U plus AT. V is equal to U plus AT. Now put the values here. What is the value of V? 10, U value 5, A that we have to find, and T 5 seconds. So I have put all the values here. 10, 5, A has been kept as it is, and T value is 5. Now, what I will do is I will shift this 5 to this side, 10 minus 5, and this I will multiply. This will become 5a. Okay. So I have shifted that 5 to this side. So here it is an addition. It will, after going to that side, it will go into subtraction. So 10 minus 5, 5, and multiplication of a into 5 is 5a. So it has become 10 minus 5 is 5. This value is kept as it is. Now I can shift this 5 to the other side. Okay. This is in multiplication here, so it will go into divide. Okay, so 5 by 5 is 1, so acceleration value is 1 here. Okay, so give me response in chat box. Have you understood this particular step, that how we have reached acceleration is equal to 1 meter per second square? It's a simple calculation. Just put the values in the formula and you will get it. These numericals are so easy. All you need to do is identify the values and use any of the three formulas. Choice is yours. Which formula to use, it depends only on which values have been supplied to you in the numerical. That's it. Okay, so acceleration we have found out. We still need to calculate distance. So S value we need. So let us go for that. Acceleration we have calculated, and what we need to find out now is S. So again, what I will do, I have two choices. I can take second formula or third formula, but I will go with the third one. Okay? It is your choice. Even if you go with second one, your answer will be same. Answer is not going to differ. Okay? So you can go with second or third, it's your choice. I am going with the third formula. So V square minus U square is equal to 2S. Value I have put, V value we have, U also we have. 2 into acceleration value we calculated in the last sub bit. Okay, what was the value? 1 meter per second square. And 2 into 1 into S. Now what is 2 into 1? 2, and 10 square is 100. 5 square is 25. So let me put those 125. 2 into 1 is 2, and into S 2S. Now what is 100 minus 25? 75. So that is 75 is equal to 2 into S. I can shift that 2 to the other side. It will go into division. S is equal to 75 by 2. Now again I can divide this. 2 3s are 6. Okay. Then 115, that is 7s are, and then point. So that would be 37.5. And as this is distance, the unit would be meters. So what is the division 75 by 2? 37.5 meter. Okay, very simple calculation. Now, this thing we have to understand before we proceed to the next question. Okay, something called as negative acceleration. We have already seen this example, but we are going to again revisit this. So understand this particular factor, that whenever a car is traveling, suppose let us say the car is traveling in this direction, and suppose you applied brakes. Whenever you are applying brakes, the car is not going to stop immediately. It will still cover some distance that we have discussed. Okay, in the last sessions, I think last to last session we have discussed that whenever brakes are applied, car doesn't stop immediately and it will still cover some distance. But you have to understand that whenever you are pressing those brakes, whenever you are applying those brakes, your particular car is actually trying to move backward. Okay, actually what you're doing is you are trying to stop that car, and when you are stopping it, suppose let us say it is at this moment, the car is still going to the forward side. That means your acceleration is acting in opposite direction. Your acceleration is opposite direction because your velocity is decreasing. Your velocity is decreasing. That means what? Your acceleration is negative. It is in backward direction. So you have to understand that whenever in a question, suppose they are saying that a car has applied brakes or a bicycle has applied brakes, and they have given acceleration of, let's say, 5 meter per second square. So always take that 5 meter per second square as negative. Whenever you are talking about brakes are applied to a car and acceleration has been given in the question, you take it negative. Okay? That I will show you how, when to take it negative and how to identify. Okay? For now, just understand that whenever brakes are applied to a car, the acceleration is negative. That we have already discussed in last session. We are just revising it. Okay. Now this is a new situation we are going to talk today. Okay, this is a new situation. Now just consider that this is particularly our Earth surface. Okay, this blue line is our Earth surface, and we have a ball. Okay, we have a ball, and suppose let us say we are trying to throw it up. Okay, so what we are doing is we are throwing it up. So we are throwing this ball to the above side. Okay, towards the sky we are throwing it up. So let me throw it. So what is going to happen? This ball is going to go, suppose let us say, to a big height, okay, a maximum height. Now understand this, that whenever you are throwing a ball from the, suppose let's say from the ground, it is going to achieve a high speed and it will go up. But whenever it will reach suppose let's say a certain height, it is going to fall from that. Suppose let us say if I have thrown this ball from this moment, from this position, it will go up and then it will fall. It is going to cover some distance. So whenever it will reach at a certain point, it will stop here for a moment. It will stop here for a moment and then it will start falling. And that happens due to what? Gravity, that we already know. But problem is what? That for a moment the body stopped. It stopped going up because it reached its maximum height. It stopped. And hence, in this case, we have to take final velocity as 0. Why we are taking final velocity of 0 here? Because initially it had some velocity when it was thrown up. For assumption, we are saying it is 5 meter per second. But you know, after covering certain distance, it is going to stop because its energy has got vanished. It cannot go up, so it is going to fall down now. It is going to fall down. So whenever it stops, that is the final velocity. Whenever it stops, that is the final velocity. And stopping means what? The body is at rest, so final velocity would be 0. Okay, why it is 0? Because it has stopped. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood that when a ball is thrown up, it is going to stop at a certain height? Yes, it is going to stop at a certain height. So that means its final velocity would be 0. Its final velocity would be 0. Yes. Okay. Just 1 minute. Some doubts. Kushal, what you are asking, do we have to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour? See, unless and until they have asked, do not convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. But by default, you have to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. Urjit, what you're asking, are the second and third formulas same? Definitely not. They are not same. From which angle they are looking same? Second and third formula both are different. Choice is yours. You can use second or third, but it depends on what value supplied in the numerical. Okay? So suppose let us say if you use second formula, if I use third formula, we will both get the same answers. Okay? That is the only difference. Aditya, what you're asking, you said that if we apply brake, then motion is backside and acceleration is forward in last lecture. No, 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 Aditya, you are confusing it. Acceleration is in the backward direction. That was just for understanding purpose for that moment, because student then would have got confused that what exactly is happening. So what I said is that motion is backside and acceleration is forward. But you have to understand that acceleration has to be taken negative in this case, okay, in the backward direction. That was just for understanding purpose. Okay, now let us go for the next thing. Let us just assume that instead of throwing it up, suppose let's say we are at this height, okay, we are at the upper height, and suppose let us say this particular, when the ball is thrown up, the final velocity is 0, that we know. Now when such type of questions are given, they will give you some acceleration also, that the body was thrown with some acceleration. Let us just say it was 2 meter per second or 3 meter per second square. You have to take that value negative. Okay, you have to take that acceleration negative, and we have to discuss why. See, gravitational force is acting downward, so I have shown it with green arrow, and the ball is trying to go up. Okay, the ball is trying to go up, but acceleration is in downward direction. That acceleration is due to what? Gravity. Earth is pulling this ball, so gravity would be acting against this, so acceleration in this case has to be taken as negative. Why negative? Because ball is going up, acceleration is downside, so acceleration has to be taken negative in this case when the ball is thrown up. Now let us discuss when the ball is, suppose let us say, being thrown from up. Suppose let's say it is just being released from the top, and then what will happen? So you do one thing, you take screenshot of this, and then you can later write down in your notebook. Okay? This particular slide I want you to write down in your notebook, that about what happens exactly when a ball is thrown up. Its final velocity becomes 0 and acceleration has to be taken negative. Okay. So even if suppose let us say some students might be able to understand this and some might not be, because this is just a concept which actually has to be discussed under gravitation. But these things are required for solving certain numericals. So hence I'm trying to explain it to you that when a ball is thrown up, just remember this, that whenever the ball is thrown up, final velocity is 0, final velocity is 0, and acceleration has to be taken negative. That's it. ठीक है, इतना ही ध्यान में रखना है. Final velocity 0 and acceleration negative. Okay. Now let us see when the ball is thrown down. Suppose let us say it is released from the top. Suppose let's say you are on the top of the building and you have released a ball. Now in this case, the ball was released from the top. Hence its initial velocity was 0. Why? Because you are holding that ball, it is at rest, and then you are releasing it from the top of the building. So initial velocity in this case would be 0. ठीक है, initial velocity would be 0. Its final velocity would be having some value. ठीक है, तो in the question they will give you final velocity, but initial velocity you have to assume. Why? Because at the top of the building it is at rest. And what about acceleration? Whether we should take it positive or negative? Now you focus on this. Gravitational force is under down. Suppose let's say it is in downward direction, gravitational force, and acceleration value is also in the downward direction. Because initially what was happening, the ball was trying to go up and the gravitational force was down, hence we took a value as negative, acceleration value was taken as negative. But in this case, in the second case, acceleration is in the downward direction, okay, and the gravitational force is also in the downward direction, hence a value has to be taken as positive in this case, okay, a value has to be taken as positive. Okay? So give me response in chat box. Have you understood that when the ball is thrown up, final velocity would be 0 and acceleration take it negative. But when the ball is thrown down, take initial velocity 0, a value as positive. You see, even if you some students still might be facing some certain issues with this, because see, it's a somewhat hard concept to understand. But once you go with the numericals, that means exercises and all, you will remember it. Initially, you will face difficulties with this, but trust me, with certain, suppose, let's say practice, you will understand this. You won't understand this in the first go. It will take some time, but don't worry. We have so many numericals to solve, so we'll do it. Take screenshot of this particular slide and write this down in a notebook afterwards. Okay? Just take the screenshot. Okay. So ball situation, whatever we have seen right now, this is actually the short, what I can say, I want you to remember. This is the short summary. When the ball is thrown up, final velocity take it 0, and A value, that is acceleration value, G value, has to be taken negative. And when the ball is thrown down, initial velocity is 0 and acceleration value has to be taken as positive. So this is the summary of what we have learned, these two conditions. So this is actually what I wanted you to learn, that final velocity is 0, A is negative, and initial velocity is 0, acceleration is positive when it is thrown down. That's it. Okay. So based on this particular situation, let us try to solve questions. This is again example 8.7. They are saying the brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. So they are saying that brakes are applied and acceleration is produced in the opposite direction to the motion. So you have to focus on this. Brakes are applied. Brakes are applied means what? Whatever the value of acceleration they have given, what value they have given? 6. It has to be taken negative. Isko negative lena padega. Why? Because brakes are applied. No. So we have to take it in negative sense. And if the car takes 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes, they are saying time required is 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes. Calculate distance. So time given is 2 seconds, and this car, we applied some brake, so that means this car stopped after some moment, right? So whenever we are applying brakes, it means that that particular car is going to stop after certain duration. Initially it was traveling with some velocity and later on it stopped. That means final velocity was 0. Okay, so initial velocity was, it was having some value, final velocity is 0, t is 2 seconds, and we have to calculate distance, and we have these three formulas. So let us just write down whatever we are given. So first we are given is acceleration, that is 6 meter per second square, but I have told you the value has to be taken negative. Why? Because brakes were applied, acceleration is in negative direction. Then final velocity is 0. It was not given in the question. Then how come we have understood that final velocity is 0? Again from the same case, that brakes were applied. Brake lag gaya matlab kya? Car is going to stop somewhere, no? So final velocity would be what? 0. Final velocity is 0 because brakes were applied. What about t? T is given at 2 seconds. T is given as 2 seconds. We have to find out distance. S value we need to calculate. Now we can use second formula or third formula. Second or third. Both the things we can go for. But problem is that for both the cases we require initial velocity u. U value we have to calculate. So what we'll do? We will calculate that u value first from the first formula. Then we will substitute into second or third formula. So first we will use the formula v is equal to u plus at. Why? Because we require u for second and third formula. Actually we are interested in is, yes, we are interested in distance, that is s, but problem is we require u value for it. So let us use v is equal to u plus at first. Now we are substituting the values here. V value we already have 0, u we are calculating, a value is -6 and t is as 2 seconds. Now this will become -6 into 2 is -12. So 0 is equal to u minus 12. Now let me shift that -12 to this side. It will become +12. So u value is 12. So initial velocity of this particular body is 12 meter per second. Now let us use that and we will substitute this value of u in second or third equation. It is your choice. Okay? I am going with the third formula. You can also use second one. V square minus u square is equal to 2s. Generally, I suggest my students to use the third one because in this case, there is 1/2 here. And I don't know, but students make silly mistakes while cancelling this particular 2. Maybe it is because of the lower table, but they do not make a lot of mistakes while calculating this half at square. So I generally suggest my students to use third one so that silly mistakes won't happen in the exam. Now substitute the values here. V value is 0 square minus u square, that is 12 square. 2 into a value is given as -6 and we have to calculate value of s. Okay, now 0 square is 0, that has no value. What about 12 square? 12 square is 144. Okay, so that would become, minus sign will remain as it is and it will become 12 square is 144. And 2 into -6, it will become -12. 2 6 are 12, but -12 into s. But you can see here, this negative and this negative sign will get cancelled. So it will become 144 is equal to 12 into s. This is what we'll get. Now, s would be equals to what? S would be equals to 144 by 12. S would be equals to 144 by 12. This we can divide. 12 ones are, then 2 will remain, 24. 12 twos are. So that would become what? 12 meter. Okay, that's a normal division, 12 meters. That's it. Okay. Now, till this particular moment, give me response in chat